Today, I'm in the beautiful Spiral Ridge subdivision area, and we're going to group in Lost Creek, Wild Ridge, and a couple other subdivisions that are kind of grouped in there, but most people know this as Spiral Ridge, and that's because it has a spiral roadway that comes up around the hill as you come up the mountain. But we're over here in that area. We're going to talk a little bit about the Spiral Ridge area and just kind of see if there's something out there that might interest you. Hi, I'm Reed Wilson with Living North Idaho Life, and we're here, like we said, in Spiral Ridge. We're going to talk a little bit about the community here in Rathdrum. It's up along the hillside, so if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe below, tap the bell so you can be notified every time we talk about properties and areas up here in the North Idaho area. Today, we're here in Spiral Ridge, like I mentioned, and this is a great little community. We'll get on the map and I'll show you kind of where it sits, but it sits on the north side of the valley from Post Falls. It is a Rathdrum community, and it's in between the town of Rathdrum, up along the mountainside there, and Hauser. So if you saw our Hauser video, that might give you a little bit of an idea, but we'll take a look at exactly where this area is at. We're going to talk a little bit today about why people like it. They have improved the road. That was going to be one of my big cons, but they have improved the roads up here so you don't have is the steep coming in and all the turns that you used to. You do have the turns with the spiral as it goes up, and we'll get some overview shots, but this area has been great because if you're looking for privacy, you're looking for some acreage, you know, a lot of these properties up here are larger acreage. We have a lot of properties up here that, you know, are 1 to 5 acres, and easy access into the Spokane area. So if you're working in the Spokane area, but you want to live in Idaho, this offers a great area, great way to get in and out of there. Close to shopping. You've got Walmart and some of that right in the Post Falls area. You've got Super One and Rathdrum just up the road. You're about 20 to 25 minutes from Costco, and you're about 30 minutes from downtown Coeur d'Alene. So it's not a bad place to be if you want to be out of all the touristy areas and you know, you want some views depending on where you're at. You can see we've got a lot of trees here, but some of these areas up here, you do have some views off of some of the mountains. So something to keep in mind if you are looking for views. This little area here, as you can see, they've kind of cleared it out. It's like a little meadow that sits up here. Some of the other areas you do have to go in and excavate and whatnot and do some infrastructure work in through the trees. But here, as you can see, they've cleared some of this, and so it makes it easy to build and keeps things a little more open. So you can find other options up here. Yeah, probably a little bit of everything up here. Got some great builders up here. We'll stick up some properties so you can get an idea of what properties go for up here. And there are some new construction ghost listings that haven't been built yet, but kind of give you an idea of what a package deal would look like. So like I said, this has just been a really great area. We'll go ahead and put up some different properties. If you have questions about this area or any other, give me a call, shoot me a text. Happy to answer your questions and get you all the information you might need. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, we are talking about the Spiral Ridge area in this episode or this video. Kind of give you an idea where Spiral Ridge is at. Here's Spokane, here's Coeur d'Alene over here. We do have the I-90 that comes on across. This is 41, comes up to Rathdrum right here. It is a Rathdrum community. Post Falls right here. You do have other roads that come up here into these areas. And so just to give you an idea where we're looking at, Spiral Ridge. And I don't know if you can start to see right here. Spiral Ridge sits right here. So you can kind of see how the road spirals up through this hill here. My video starts actually right about here in this area. You can see kind of this open area as it opens up through here and on across. But for the sake of this video, we just kind of brought in this whole community right here that we were talking about. And it has been very popular. You know, as you can see, you got a couple little trails here that you can walk and hike, that type of thing. So it has been a popular area because, one, if you are working over here in the Spokane area, you can come out of there and it's easy access back into Spokane, you know, to the airport, any of those. Like we mentioned, it's you're 30 minutes into downtown Coeur d'Alene, so there is some easy access coming in. And as far as services, we do have, there is a Walmart right in this area here. You've also got another Walmart that sits right out around here. Got a Costco that sits right over in here. You have Kootenai Health right here. Also, there's Northwest Hospital right in here in Post Falls. And then, like we talked about, there are a lot of medical services right here in that Spokane Valley area and then on into Spokane. So lots of options there. You also have shopping here at Super One, which sits right here. You know, they do have urgent care in the Rathdrum area. We've got other areas with urgent care. So, you know, if that is a concern in those areas. But as far as other activities, if you love to fish, you know, Hauser Lake, if you caught our Hauser video, Hauser has a lot of fishing. Back up this way into Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes also has a lot of fishing, and I don't know if it still does, but did hold the record for, I think, the biggest bass that has been caught in at least in this area or in the United States, something along those lines. Somebody can verify that. But, you know, you do have access to state land that's all over up in these areas here. So if in some of it's timberland that you can utilize. So if you love to ATV and hunt and hike and do those types of things, there is a lot of areas for that that get you great easy access. So we'll throw up some different properties in the area so you can kind of get an idea. Like I said, it does, you know, that price point does start in and around that $1 million area. Couple cons maybe in that area. You know, you are coming up the mountainside into this area. So, you know, depending on which way, they did kind of change up the road a little bit, which makes it kind of nice. But some of these areas are still a little steep in some of those areas. You do have a couple access in. This one here makes it a lot easier. This one's kind of coming up through here, gets a little steep in some areas, but you do have some options there. Coming into town, as you can see, this is all railroad tracks through here. And this is the railroad yard. So if you decide you want to be in one of these lower subdivisions, just know that you will probably hear some trains in along this area. Also going into town, there is only a couple of areas where where you can come over the top, and one is over the top of the railroad tracks. One is Greens Ferry right here. The other one is following over Highway 41. They're in Rathdrum, and in those areas you do not have to wait for trains, but in all of these other intersections you very well could get held up by trains as you know, as you're waiting for them to come across, and they get a lot of trains through there. So that would probably be my biggest con if you had to deal with that. But you know, that's one of those things where you go out and you look over the area and you listen and get a feel for it. But a lot of beautiful homes, and there's a lot of positives for being up here in that area. Just, you know, if you want privacy, want easy access into some of these areas, then that might be the place for you. Keep a watch. We'll show you some different properties there and see if there's something there that excites you. If you love to hike, one thing is right up here, there's access up here through Rathdrum, which I came up the wrong way, right here, and you do have this whole Rathdrum mountain trail system there. So if you like to get out and do some hiking and want a fun, easy place to do that, there is that right there. And it's close, and it's a great amenity right there. So utilize that. And if you have any questions, call us, text us, shoot us an email. We're happy to help and be your boots on the ground here and get you any information you might need. Enjoy the video.